Guys, I tried to drive off, but I can't drive off. I can't bloody drive off because my screen is still frosty and frozen. How am I supposed to see? I can't drive off. Ah. Oh no, and I'm late for work. Oh. Good morning, it's me, Vinny. Welcome back to my channel for another day in the life of Vinny. It's really cold today. It was meant to snow in Christchurch. The weather forecast was, I'm from Christchurch, New Zealand, and the weather forecast was showing as potential snow in Christchurch from over the weekend until Wednesday. Well, we're at Tuesday and it still hasn't snowed. It doesn't snow much in Christchurch, although it is cold in the South Island, and it does snow in the South Island specific to Christchurch. In this areas, this side of the South Island, doesn't really snow. It does get really cold, or it does get frosty cold, but it unfortunately doesn't snow. So every time we get a potential weather forecast that is going to snow, I get really excited. Me and my mates get really excited, like, hey, hopefully we get some snow this time. I don't have to drive 40 minutes or 45 minutes out for some snow. But yeah, doesn't seem to be like it's going to snow, which really stings, because I was really looking forward to just having snow again in Christchurch after some time, eh? Anyway, I wanted to talk about in this video, just very briefly, I'm gonna have to drive. I'm just gonna have to come back in a bit because I gotta pay attention to the road, and that's me being safe. But yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Just need to watch the traffic. I'm on my way to work, and I thought I'll just do a vlog on the way, because I tried doing a vlog over the weekend. I fell off the wagon, and then I tried doing a video yesterday and I couldn't finish it. So I'm trying to do something and start something now so that I have to finish it. But I'm going to take a minute and pay attention to the roads and get back to you. So yeah. So in this video, I'm really going to very briefly and quickly highlight some of the behaviors that are associated with mental health conditions. I think it's a really important topic to talk about. And yeah, we do know mental health, or do we actually? But yeah, we do know that people do suffer from mental health. There are mental health conditions that are common terms that are used, anxiety, depression, that sort of thing. But do we know what the signs are to look out for when you or someone you know, or someone at work, or a friend, or a family has anxiety, or are showing the signs of anxiety or depression? So this video is just going to show you a really brief overview of what signs you could potentially look out for, and maybe that could be the first steps you take to checking in and to providing support for that person. Ooh, it's freezing. Got frost on my car, just trying to clear the frost off. Only way you can do it. Yes, I am on another day, I have to admit that. I skipped my vlogging yesterday. I just got busy with work as usual, and I did not finish my vlogging. So I'm very embarrassed to say that this is another day, and I endeavor to finish this video today. So let's get started. So mental health covers a wide spectrum, from the worries and anxiety and grief that we experience on one end, to the severe depression and complete loss of touch with reality to the other end. So see it like a rainbow. And yeah, and mental health is just on that wide spectrum. If we talk about the couple common ones, anxiety, so anxiety is experience, everybody's got anxiety. Everybody's had anxiety before, like Anxiety is when we all experience levels of stress in our daily lives, right? And this can be work related, this can be personal issues, this can be family issues, this can be relationship issues, this can be friendship, anything really. But for some people though, the feelings of anxiety can be prolonged and extreme. So how we get anxious in a moment or stressed about a situation, but then we're able to recover from it and get on with our daily lives or daily functioning. So that stress is temporary. For people with anxiety, it makes it really hard for them to carry out even the simple tasks, everyday tasks, and it can get so bad for some of them that it can even cause panic attacks. So whilst we've all got some levels of anxiety and stress in everyday situations, we're able to recover from that and move on. But people with anxiety disorder find it hard to move on because they're constantly in that state of stress. They're constantly in that they're feeling that anxiety throughout the day, and that's how sometimes they can get panic attack. Common signs to look out for someone with anxiety, it would be, well, these are just like common signs: reduce concentration, memory difficulty, trying to make decisions, avoiding certain situations. Sorry, I'm not paying attention, I'm just zoning off. Become easily angry, become easily frustrated, short-tempered, just avoiding situations because it's just too overwhelming for them. So for depression, if we're looking at depression, most of us, again, have experienced ups and downs in our lives. We've been sad. We've been really, really sad when, we've lost a pet or we've lost a family member or friendships broken up or a heartbreak, and, during other difficult times in our life. If low mood doesn't go away though, but for us, again, it's temporary. We can get back up on our happy spectrum and we can start to enjoy life. If the low mood doesn't go away though, if someone's constantly feeling low and depressed and sad, then that could be a sign of depression. Someone suffering from depression can feel sad, angry, anxious, guilty, helpless, hopeless. It's like being at the bottom of a well. Imagine just sitting at the bottom of a well where it's dark and cold and lonely, and it feels like there's no one there to come get you out. There's just nothing good about that, and that's how they see life. That's the lenses that they've got on. They may also, and this obviously impacts the way they see themselves. They've got low esteem, low confidence. They believe others only see them in a negative light. They believe people are not, nobody likes them. They're not liked, they're excluded. So everything about them is horrible. Nobody loves them. They don't have any self-love, and therefore nobody loves them as well. And some of the signs to look out for would be constantly self-criticizing and blaming themselves, talking themselves down, neglecting their responsibilities, neglecting their responsibilities, probably unable to carry them out because they're so low, they're so demotivated. Impaired memory and concentration, even that gets memory and concentration, guys. Everything impacts your memory and concentration whether you're anxious, whether you're depressed, whether you're stressed. Like, everything has an impact on our memory and our concentration. And obviously a loss of interest in their appearance, in their personal life, in their personal hygiene. You see them starting to fall down the ladder really. It's just like someone who's just sliding down a ladder. They just can't be bothered anymore. They just don't want to dress up anymore. It's just too hard. It's just too hard to put on that pair of jeans. They just want to be in that jammies that just feels comfy and safe. And yeah, depression, it's a really difficult thing to go through, especially if you don't have friends for support. Bipolar disorder. this is a severe mood disorder because it fluctuates in a person's personality between manic and depressive. And people with this condition can find it hard to maintain relationships and jobs because of their extreme mood swings. Sometimes they're manic, sometimes they may have manic episodes, sometimes they may have depressive episodes, and those can go on for an unpredictable amount of time. Sometimes a person can be manic for days, sometimes a person can go into a low depressed mood for days. So it is a very difficult disorder to go through. I really feel for people with bipolar disorder, and because it's so unpredictable, people struggle to maintain relationships with them. Also because of how they are, they may lack focus, they may lack the motivation, or be unwilling to concentrate on what you might feel is important because something's going on for them inside, something else is going on for them inside. So people with bipolar, like when they're having manic episodes, can be full of energy, talk heaps, and be really distracted, and it can seem like they're talking to you 1 minute and then they're distracted, really quickly distracted by something else the next minute, and it's real. And on the other side, when they go into depressive episodes, they're lacking in energy. They feel sad, they feel pessimistic, they feel hopeless, they just can't get out of bed. It's just too hard to drag them out of bed. They just can't find the motivation or the energy to get out of bed, and that is how they really feel. They're not trying to be difficult, they just actually don't feel it. They just can't. Yeah. I'm just going to drive, and I'm just going to talk about a couple more in just a minute because I'm getting late for work. Hey guys, yeah, so I'm back from work, and just so bad at this. I am just so bad at this, guys. That's why I don't want to do daily vlogging, because I can't even complete a vlog without getting overwhelmed in work. My kids just have a lot going on at the moment, and I'm just putting them first. I go to work and I get so caught up in work for the whole day. I go by without my breaks most days. Like, it's a rare thing for me to actually sit down and have a meal and have a break. So that's the story of my life. But I thought I'll just finish off with a couple more things that I just felt I wanted to share. The next one I was going to talk about was schizophrenia. This is actually a widely misunderstood and feared illness. And yes, it's a mental illness, and when people hear schizophrenia, like someone has schizophrenia, people immediately have got their guard up. It is not a split personality, guys. It's not. I've been asked this question so many times. It is not a split personality. People suffering from schizophrenia have dual personalities. Do not have dual personalities, but rather a split from reality, and may have delusions about themselves and others. That is what it is. It's not a split personality. So, this actually really severely impacts their daily life and functioning. The ability to hold on jobs, to maintain relationships, to navigate through aspects of their daily lives. Schizophrenics may appear distracted by little things that to you actually might not be obvious, but that you're just like, noticing, and it may appear as if they're seeing and hearing things that are not actually there, but to them they can see it, they can feel it, and to them it's real. And for instance, you might notice them paying attention to another voice, or having a conversation with someone beside them that you can't see, and this can make it really difficult for them to find and hold conversations with people, because it's so widely misunderstood, and they're so, and for them it's so difficult because they're so distracted with their thoughts. There's just so much happening in their mind, and it's such a, again, a widely feared mental illness. This is just some insight on schizophrenia. Again, it's not a split personality. And I think the final one I want to share with you is a very common one, and you would hear this term being misused in a lot of ways. OCD. That stands for obsessive compulsive disorder, and this is a very disabling condition. It's very disabling, unfortunately, and a lot of people, actually, it's quite common. It's very common. A lot of people experience on a spectrum of OCD, mild to severe. I think I myself, if I'm being very honest, I have got mild OCD. I'd like to think so. I've not been formally diagnosed, but I think I do experience some form of mild OCD. So OCD basically are like feelings of anxiety, and they're combined with obsessive and unwelcome thoughts, which then leads to obsessive behaviors. A common obsession of thoughts is thinking about dirt and germs. So just the need to wash their hands regularly. They feel that they've contaminated themselves, and they find themselves needing to keep washing their hands to try and get rid of that contamination, that dirt, that germs. Like you would have heard of stories or seen maybe in movies where people are just obsessively washing their hands because they feel there's something on them and they need to clean them, they need to get rid of them. Compulsions are repeated activities that people suffering from OCD are compelled to check out. This can be like constantly checking if a door is locked, constantly wiping down the counters or the door handles, constantly washing their hands, and that sort of thing. So just repeating a behavior. It's repetitive compulsive behavior. This can be very challenging for them when dealing with routine tasks and managing relationships as well, because obviously it's quite interfering with daily functioning. Imagine having to go to the toilet every 5 minutes to wash your hands because you think you've got some contamination on your hands. So basically it's repetitive behaviors or actions, and if they can't do it, they become really anxious, and that's it. They get really anxious and they get really fixated on, no, I need to do this. I need to wash my hands. I need to close the door, or I need to check if the doors are locked, or I need to wipe the door handles because someone's used it. So it's a very disabling condition. So that's just a snippet of the mental health illnesses that I wanted to share with you today. I just want to say, guys, if you think you know someone you know, or you yourself, or a work colleague or a family member has a mental health condition, I cannot stress enough the importance that you are not alone. I want to educate that, hey, you know what? We need to normalize these things and break the stigma, start the discussion. Please speak up and ask for help. There are many mental health services today that offer support for mental health, and in all areas. They have specialized services as well, just for depression, just for anxiety, just for people with like schizophrenia, or and that sort of thing. So please speak out. We need to break the stigma and start those discussions. We need to be able to feel comfortable in our work environment, knowing that people are knowing what we're experiencing so they can support us in the right way. We need to let our families know what we're going through, because they can have detrimental impacts on our relationships. Please talk to someone if you're suffering from mental health issues. I just cannot stress this enough. Or if you know someone's having that, please support them. Someone who you know, even if you don't know how to support them, in a therapeutic way, which is not expected, even getting them the help, even making those phone calls for them to get them the right form of support is going to be a massive help. And you're going to probably save lives. You're going to probably, you know, contribute in ways that you can't even imagine, because these things are hard to deal with. But the reality is that is a large population. A lot of us are going through some form of mental health condition or the other, or sometimes more than one. This is not a fight that we should fight alone. We should all stand together, united, and together in solidarity. We can all play a part, guys. So please play yours. Spread the word about mental health. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay, and it's okay to seek support. There should not be a negative tag on you because you've come out and said you're struggling with depression or anxiety, or you've got OCD. Sorry. I hope I've given you a better idea of what these common mental health conditions are today. I'm really sorry the vlog's taken that long to make, but I'm really glad that I got to the end of it, and I really, really want to thank you for staying with me, tuning in to this video, and being able to spend a bit of time out of your day, which I imagine would be really busy, to learn more about mental health. I hope you're all keeping safe out there. Seek support, talk to people, let people know you need support. It's the only way we can break the stigma and normalize mental health. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's definitely taken me a lot to make this one, but I really wanted to make this one. I think it's a really important video. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe this video, spread the word, and yeah, keep safe, take care of your mental health, practice self-care, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm just gonna go now because bus is whining. So this is me, Vinny, and I just want to say peace out, guys. Have a good night. Stay safe. Bye.